Imagine waking up to find that your next iPhone could cost as much as $2,300, which is approximately 1,96,294 rupees. That's not just speculation, it's a real possibility thanks to a sweeping trade move by US President Donald Trump. Dubbed Liberation Day, his new tariff policy is set to shake up international trade, and Apple is one of the hardest hit companies. So, what exactly is happening, and should you rush to buy an iPhone before prices skyrocket? Let's break it down. Trump's latest economic policy introduces a 10% base tariff on all imports with higher country specific rates. This move is aimed at making America less dependent on foreign manufacturing, particularly from China. But there's a catch. China is facing a massive 54% cumulative tariff, and since Apple still makes most of its iPhones in China, the cost of these taxes is stacking up fast. Apple sells over 220 million iPhones every year, with major markets in the US, China, Europe, and India. Despite growing its production base in India, most of its devices are still made in China, meaning they are now subject to this hefty tariff. Here's what that means in numbers. The iPhone 16, currently priced at $799, could shoot up to $1,142, a 43% price hike. The iPhone 16 Pro Max, now $1,599, could reach a staggering $2,300. Even the budget iPhone 16e, priced at $599, could rise to $856. Other Apple products, including MacBooks, may also see major price increases. Analysts say Apple has two choices: absorb the cost. If Apple decides to take the financial hit instead of passing it on to the customers, it could lose up to $40 billion, a massive blow to the company. Pass it to consumers. If Apple raises prices to offset the tariffs, iPhones could become unaffordable for many, potentially driving customers to cheaper alternatives like Samsung, which faces a lower 25% tariff. During Trump's first term, Apple managed to secure a waiver on tariffs, allowing it to escape the worst of the trade war. But this time, there is no special treatment. The impact is already being felt. Apple's stock fell by 9.3% on Thursday, marking its worst trading day since March 2020. The company has not yet commented on these projections. Apple has been expanding production outside China, especially in India and Vietnam, but even here, it's facing hurdles. iPhones made in Vietnam are now subject to a 46% tariff. Indian assembled iPhones, which make up 14% of Apple's global production, still face a 26% tariff. While India could play a bigger role in Apple's supply chain, it's not a quick fix. If you have been planning to buy a new iPhone, you might want to act fast. With tariffs taking effect, prices could jump significantly in the coming months. And for Apple, the tech giant is facing one of its toughest challenges yet: balancing consumer demand, rising costs, and an increasingly hostile trade war. Will Apple be able to navigate this crisis, or will consumers start looking for alternatives? Only time will tell.